Well, hello, and thank you so much for joining me. Today we're catching up with Chantal as she gives us a glimpse of Syria post war. She did say in one of her last lives that she's hoping to change how the world sees Syria, and then proceeded to explain the gunfire and show the blackouts that were happening. So I'm sure whatever she has to show us today is just going to be mind blowing. Special thank you to all of my channel members in the Skeleton Society. And if you do wish to support my channel, please consider subscribing. It helps out a lot. All right, let's see what we're in for today.
Hello and welcome. This is my first vlog in Syria here in July 2025 after the fall of the Assad regime. Now, I have been quite busy adjusting to life here. Therefore, so far, I have only managed to accumulate some clips of some of the surrounding areas we have been to and my journey here. I will do a lot more vlogging, inshallah, especially of the more touristy areas. So stay tuned for that. And as always, thanks for watching. So without further
I will say that teacup is quite unique looking and kind of cool, but I'm noticing how it's looking like her wedding ring is just cutting off all circulation.
ado, here are some clips from my journey so far. So my journey starts with flying from Istanbul, Turkey to Beirut, Lebanon. I flew 9.5 hours from Montreal, Canada to start to Istanbul, and then I had a 12-hour layover there before flying to Beirut. Here I am staring at the departures board, waiting patiently, well, kind of patiently, to see which gate I needed to trek to.
Some of this footage she's already used, but
I was
okay.
so over traveling at this point. When I arrived at Beirut Airport, I was picked up by a taxi service who helps you through immigration and takes you across the border into Syria from Beirut. And he gave me an iced coffee and a water, and we were on our way.
Does that sound weird to anybody else? I mean, obviously, I don't know how getting into the country works, but almost sounds like somebody that's like smuggling her over the line, allegedly.
I decided to go the land border way into Syria from Lebanon instead of flying into Damascus, just because it was recommended that that's just a better way to go by other travelers. So here I am in the taxi. I've never been to Lebanon, so I was actually, or Syria, but I was actually taken aback by the mountain ranges and just the kind of hills, the winding roads as we were driving along. It's about probably about 5:30 a.m. here. I arrived in Beirut at 3 a.m., but the border only opens at 6 a.m., so we had some waiting to do before we could cross over. Here we are, finally in Syria after what felt like a million-hour journey. I'm finally here, and just like in Lebanon, I was taken aback at how beautiful the landscape in Syria was. Everything was just so gorgeous. There were a lot of the new revolutionary flags with the three stars, and I just was enjoying taking in this
This is gonna sound stupid, but it reminds me of like an Indiana Jones movie, like the set of that for whatever reason. But
scenery, so many mountains, and just like in Lebanon, Syria had a very similar landscape, I noticed. I was amazed by the olive trees in Syria. I love olives. Like, olive is literally in my middle name. So, landscape, I noticed. I was amazed by the olive trees in Syria. I
finally, the
love
damn olive
olives.
trees
Like,
she won't
olive
shut
is
up about.
literally in my middle name. So, when there are a lot of trees like this together, you can actually smell olives as you drive past. Olives are one of Syria's most ancient agricultural products. Olives have to be cured or brined for several weeks, though, so it's not like I can just pick them off trees and eat them. But nonetheless, here we are driving around and past many olive trees. And the
Thank you so much for that valuable olive lesson.
olive trees are not just in farm areas. They are too, but they're also just in like urban areas, like right outside of our apartment, pretty much as well. By the way, you might hear fan noise as I'm recording because It's pretty hot here right now, so but driving in more populated towns like Damascus can be kind of hectic, I will admit, especially as a foreigner. I didn't drive, luckily, and nor would I want to attempt to, but as you can see, the narrow roads in between buildings are quite bustling at times. There are people walking in the middle of the road, and you must beep your horn and they will just move out of the way. There are many small businesses and shops along either side of the street. These small shops, which are like convenience stores here in Syria, are called dukkans. I know I'm probably not pronouncing that right, but I am a
I mean, is she just looping this footage now because this is what she just passed? I remember this curtain from the last footage.
after all, just an English speaking Canadian woman. We stopped at one of these stores to get cool water, but because Syria has regular and prolonged power
No, bitch. She's like, I see snacks. Stop. Stop immediately.
outages throughout the day, this shop owner and many others didn't have cold water or even any electricity at all, so no problem, at least he had water, which was good enough for us. Here we saw some livestock on the side of the road, maybe for purchase or they belong to someone, I'm not sure. And here, kids and just people in general, but especially kids love to drive in the back of these trucks here with like the cage.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it's completely by choice. It's probably because they have to do it that way.
On the truck bed and they hang on to it. This was making me extremely nervous for the boy in yellow, especially. I was saying, get on the truck, get on the truck. And here we have a bunch of flags with a big building. And I was told I think it's a university. So
This bitch doesn't even know what anything is that she's saying. She's just, there's the color blue. There's a building. Like, wow. So informative. Thank you, Chantal.
could be wrong about that, but that's what it was thought to be there on the right. So I don't really have much else to say. You're going to see a lot of buildings that look kind of dilapidated in between functioning buildings, but I'll just enjoy these clips here of Syria. It between
Of piles of rubble and desert. Okay,
the
thanks.
dilapidated buildings, there is a beautiful landscape, just like these mountains here. And so, yeah, that's it. Here we go. Why did the chicken and her chicklets cross the road? The
She's
soil
so
here
weird.
in Syria, in particular in the mountainous and valley regions, is red. It's also known as Mediterranean soil. And these are the only camels we've seen so far here in Syria.
The fucking wind in her mic is just top notch content. Thank you.
We passed by this KFC knockoff called KFG. I don't
And you know what? It's probably not even wind. It's probably just her fan. Like, she just can't possibly record a voiceover for 10 minutes without a fan blowing directly in her
know
microphone.
what the G stands for, but apparently they have crispy chicken and other dishes. So stay tuned for that. Now, this next series of clips is very sad, quite sad. It's the remains of a war torn country and from the Syrian civil war.
I mean, does she understand that everything she's showing us is the remains of the war torn country? This is just probably some of the neighborhoods and stuff that were hit the worst with active bombings. Like,
So I've just compiled a bunch of buildings that have been bombed and are a lot of them are in rubble, and these were once people's homes. So it's really, really sad. The ones that are not so bombed are littered with bullet holes. It's just so surreal to be driving past and seeing this. And what was more surprising to learn is that there are people still living in these ruins in their homes. And I would say probably because they don't have much choice, sadly. And my heart goes out to the people of Syria and in
does it? Does it go out to them? What are you doing to help? Showing up uninvited and sapping more, showing up uninvited and sucking more of their limited resources. Yeah, we know.
Inshallah, it can soon start to rebuild from being such a war torn country. And of course, there are revolutionary 3-star Syrian flags everywhere. And we even on this day had one taped to the hood of our car. So on this particular day, we went and explored some valleys. I don't really know or remember the name of this location. There's a little bit of water there. Now, that canyon, that valley used to be full of
Look, guys, she's out of the house. Amazing. Trying to remember if this is the exact shirt she was wearing the day she
water,
got
but
there.
there's been some droughts. So, unfortunately, that's all the water that there was. Now, here's me trying to climb back up from going all the way down, and it was quite a workout. It wasn't too hot, actually. There was a nice breeze in the valley, but oh my goodness, this was a
Yeah, that's all she needs is to like fall and twist an ankle. That'd be all she wrote,
workout for
folks.
me. As you can see, I'm trying to waddle up the mountain, but I also got to get some different clothing, so maybe some lighter clothing. But yeah, here I am just taking my time um, in the valley.
Taking your time, pretending like you're not extremely winded, probably sucking air through her teeth here as she's smiling. I love it here, you guys.
It was a very nice day. Excuse me. Just taking a break here because it's a lot of exercise for somebody who's used to a sedentary lifestyle. But we've been going out and doing walks like this and just enjoying Syria's various landscapes. And
Probably because it's better than sitting in the sweltering home where you leave Julia to sit and swelter.
I'm going to end this
Thanks.
vlog by showing you what we picked up for lunch to eat in the valley area. Some chickens that were really, really delicious, and we made shawarma with them. So, thanks for watching, and a lot more vlogs, inshallah, from Syria to come.
Oh, goody. All right. Well, not really much to see, but I don't know that we really expected a whole lot. So, well, we're all caught up with Chantal. I thank you so, so much for joining me and hope to see you in the next one. Bye.